why I do not buy brand new cars, and why you'll be surprised to find that most people who are successful, who have a lot of money, also do not buy cars new. Okay, and I say this as somebody who is now a self-made millionaire or multi-millionaire. I still don't buy brand new cars. And the reason why is it's basic assets versus liability, right? This is an old Robert Kiyosaki lesson. And this is why poor people buy new cars, rich people buy used cars. Okay, that's a saying I learned a long time ago. I didn't believe it. I was like, really? Yeah, it's true. Because most of the dudes I know, especially through my entrepreneurs group who are successful, even those guys who are making a whole lot more money than I am, they don't buy brand new cars. If they do, they've bought brand new cars for their wives, because their wives, they want new cars. I don't have a wife, so I don't have to worry about that. Even if I did, I'd be like, I don't think you need the 2024 Tesla. I think a 2019 is good, right? It's because it doesn't feel good to take that hit, right? And when you buy a brand new car, immediately, and I know this because I used to sell cars at a dealership, and I had a business buying and selling cars, and I did pick up a few like newer cars that I was able to just kind of flip to the new owner, because I had relationships with some of these dealerships. I mean, these people, right when you drive that car off of the dealer lot, you are immediately losing minimum $3,000, minimum $3,000, just like that. So again, it's assets versus liabilities. Do you want to own an asset, or do you want to own a liability? You might think of something like this, right? You see this Lamborghini, just did a full review here on my channel. You might think, oh, that's a liability, Em. Liability, man. You're gonna lose money on that. No, this car is not brand new, right? This car's a 2013. There's a reason why when I buy these cars, whether it's an exotic car, luxury car, well, my Range Rover, when I bought that car, is only a few years old. It was pre-owned. This car, it's only got 11,000 original miles on it. Also, this is a 50th anniversary limited edition. Well, final edition, I should say, but obviously limited production. It's got the premium wheels. The front and rear fascia is different than other Gallardos you might see out there. And I got it at the right price. I got it at the right strike price. It took about 2.5 months of negotiating to get the guy to finally, sell the car, close the deal. Took another week for my man TJ to transport it. Same dude who delivered my DeLorean. And the way it stands right now, I just got this car literally about a week ago. If I wanted to, I could put this back and, advertise it, put it on Cars and Bids, or put it on Bring a Trailer, and probably do about $30K in profit if I wanted to. Right? I got it undervalued because the seller didn't realize what he had. He didn't realize this is a pretty hard to find color. It's a $15,000 option just for this color alone. Beside the fact that it's a final edition, which was never mentioned in the advertisement, but I knew what it was, right? Because I know these cars. So this technically is an asset. Why? Because I can turn and flip it for more money. Anything that you can turn and flip for more money is an asset, not a liability. Right? Anything that you can't turn and flip for more money, where you lose money, is, guess what? A liability. And that's what brand new cars are. Brand new cars are nothing but a liability, right? Unless it's something really, really special. Very rare, right? If you're getting like the first Hellcat off of the, out of the factory, things like that, right? Where it's very, very, it's a special car, right? I mean, I was on the hunt not only for a Lamborghini, but also a 71 Cuda, right? 71 Barracudas are just through the roof in value. It's insane. It's worth more than this. But I couldn't find one in the right strike price that would fit the investment profile I was looking for, where it would be an asset, not a liability. I mean, even if you buy any Barracuda at this point, I mean, it's going to go up in value. So it's really hard to lose on even those cars. But I wanted something that I could profit off immediately within the next few years, not wait like another decade or so. So yeah, and I can understand why some people will buy a brand new car, especially if you lease a brand new car. You know, some people like to drive a brand new car every few years, right? Most people, like when I had my corporate job, for example, when I worked for AT&T, my Fortune 100, most of my coworkers all had new cars. I was the only one who went out and bought, even though I bought a Mercedes, I bought one that was like three or 4 years old. But it was still a badass car, low mileage, and that Mercedes was, the paint was called Brilliant Silver, which was, I believe it was like a $3,500 or $4,000 option. So that's another thing I look for, is cars that are just highly optioned. So when you buy brand new cars, just understand, if you do that, you're gonna lose money. You're not making money. It's a liability, it's not an asset, right? It's just like how Robert Kiyosaki talks about your home not being an asset, but a liability, unless you're renting it out, unless you have tenants in it, whatnot. I don't necessarily agree with that completely, because I mean, home values are just going up regardless. So it is sort of an investment, depending on how you look at it. However, when it comes to cars, it's a little more trickier, right? But when you go around out there and you see people driving brand new cars, what are they driving? They're driving the brand new Lexus, a brand new Range Rover, brand new Ford F-150, or whatever they bought, brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Those are all super nice cars that, you know, I would like to drive, but I don't want to take the hit on that. And you're just going to lose money, right? When you buy a brand new car, it is a liability. It's not an asset. Okay, it's going to go down in value as you own it, as you drive it. Especially for the fact that you're probably buying a car that is, you know, not very special. I mean, there's thousands of them out there, right? You go out on the road, you'll see thousands of Lexuses, thousands of BMWs, thousands of Range Rovers. They're everywhere, right? You don't just go around and see Lamborghinis everywhere, unless you're in LA. Right? They're more frequent out there, but still, even then, I mean, you could buy a Lamborghini and lose money easily, right? If you buy one that's brand new. This is why some guys are like, hey, why didn't you buy a brand new one? Because I don't like to lose money on cars, right? I had my business, one of my very first businesses was buying and selling cars. So I know how this game works, right? But when you see people out there driving brand new cars, most of those people are financing those cars, right? Or leasing them. They're not paid off. They don't have the title. I have the title for this car. I bought this car, not only sight unseen, but all cash, right? Well, wire transfer. I used a company called Key Savvy, by the way. I almost used escrow.com. No, that would have been a mistake. I found an upstart competitor called Key Savvy, and I should probably do a review on Key Savvy because they're a really great company, and they facilitated the entire transaction from start to finish. You know, I mean, it was just seamless. They're just such a great company, and their workers are all here in the U.S. They're not overseas. But it's a great company. Maybe I should do a review on them at some point in the future. But I did not finance this car. I don't finance any of my cars. I buy them outright. Like I bought this car. I bought my DeLorean outright. Also, I wouldn't have been able to finance this car because my insurance company, which is Haggerty, they insure my DeLorean. Because technically this is my first supercar in a long time. I had a Ferrari when I was 21, believe it or not. I had a business back then. It took, well, my business buying and selling cars. It took off, and then right after that, it just completely crashed. So I had to sell that car. I didn't have it for very long, maybe a year. But with this car, my insurance company said it's been so long since you've had a supercar that you have to buy that car outright. Otherwise, we can't insure you, or your insurance is going to be exorbitantly high. Even though I haven't had an accident since 1988 when I was 16 and I crashed my 68 Corvette Stingray. That was the last time I had an accident. But they were like, you have to buy that car outright if you want us to get you the best price possible for your insurance. And I said, okay, cool. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway, because right now, at the time of this video, interest rates are at 8% to buy cars. There's no way I'm going to pay 8% when I have the money to just buy the car outright, right? And I always tell you guys, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. I could buy this car a whole lot more than 2 times, right? I could probably fill up this lot over here if I just bought Lamborghinis. So, yeah, this is why you don't want to buy cars new. You should buy cars used. I mean, I get it. I get it that some of you don't really feel comfortable doing that. You don't feel comfortable, buying a pre-owned car, or, not going to a dealership. I mean, this car was at a dealership, so I understand that. These days, I mean, I used to work with private sellers back in the day, like all the time, obviously, right? Buying and selling cars. Whereas these days, I don't like to deal with that anymore. I just like to, find a dealership that has it and negotiate with them. That everything's a lot more seamless. It was a little more trickier with this car because the dude who had it registered it and all this other stuff. So, and he had a loan on it. Take a loan on it, man. And we had to figure that out. And that's why we used Key Savvy. Well, I found Key Savvy, and they took care of the entire transaction for me. Everything went fine. Got the title for it. It's all good, clear. Especially in California, right? They make you jump through all sorts of hoops and barrels just to register your car, especially if it's out of state. It's a real pain in the ass. I mean, even just the taxes on this alone and registration is going to cost me probably like 15 or 20 grand, who knows, somewhere around there, at least 15 grand just to pay the taxes and get it registered, current registration, aside from the purchase price. So, and that's one of probably the beauties of leasing, is you don't really have to pay the full tax on that vehicle if you're just leasing it, right? And also too, beauty of like leasing a car or buying it new, I mean, this is one of the few pros, is you have a warranty, right? You have a warranty if anything goes wrong, if it needs anything. But very rarely with these cars these days does anything really go that wrong, right? It's usually after your warranty expires. Like sometimes it's like the day after, right? Boom, transmission problem, electrical gremlins. It's just serendipity like that, right? However, it just depends on your situation, right? If you want to buy a brand new car or lease a new car and you don't have the money to buy it outright, I mean, I would still suggest not doing that, but it really depends on your situation. And also if you use it in your business or not, if you can use it as a deduction at all, it really depends on your situation. However, I mean, cars these days are just light years ahead of cars back in the day, that as far as reliability goes. So yeah, you could easily get on like a Craigslist or a Car Gurus and find yourself a really sweet deal on a vehicle rather than buying new. I mean, and even if you take a loan, and you can't afford to buy the car outright, you buy one a few years older, you probably still have to take a loan regardless, right? Only you won't pay as much. It'll be less expensive for you. However, that's all I have to say about today's coaching videos. Why, personally, I don't buy cars new. I don't like to do it. It's not that I can't afford it. I mean, obviously I can do it easily, but I don't feel good about it. Right? I just, I didn't grow up with money, so I value the dollar. Right? I value what it takes to get something nice, and I don't like to accumulate liabilities. I like assets. I like cash flow. I like investments. I sleep better at night. Regardless, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share. Do you buy brand new cars, or you buy your cars used? Let me know in the comments below. What kind of car are you driving right now? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, this is M, also known as Matt Cross, from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out here with the Lambo. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell as well, so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I'm hosting on a private platform. And I'm doing that to protect my content from YouTube in case they ever try to shut us down one day. They won't be able to. my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel will be up and running. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male Secrets content from me, so take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.